What an occasion. They've finally done it. They released Ape Escape 1 on the PS4. No longer will I have to use emulation or go back to the PlayStation 1, 2, or 3. We could finally do it on this console. And it only took them having to shell an upgraded package for their shitty subscription service. Amazing. That's... We're gonna see how upscale this baby is. Probably wondering the sound is loud AF. I don't even know if you guys can hear me on the mic. The sound check be bumping, so it might not be a bad thing. That's how it was, like, it definitely looks better than playing it on like a year or two. Boom! They gotta celebrate with a bigness he can. Alright. We need some title screen song hype. This is one of the few occasions you actually get to hear this track be bumping. Alright. So luckily, I guess we get the NTSC version, which has, of course, the best voice acting in any PlayStation game that ever exists. I'm not gonna say anything, just listen to it.
Hey, Spike, did the professor finish the time station yet? Are we gonna get to go back in time?
He said he'd be finished with it today. Let's go.
I can't wait to check out the dinosaurs. And what about the future?
Yeah, we'll keep talking, because I'm going first.
That's not fair. Hey.
Did their lips move at all? Not the dinosaurs. It's like 10-year-old
Hey,
kids.
Professor!
Spike, Jake, over here. Watch out.
Spike, the time station!
No, no. Run, you two.
Oh, this big yellow button? Oh, Jesus. I love complicated machinery that's very easy to use one big yellow button. It worked! It actually worked!
It works. It actually works. We did it, Natalie. We did it. The time station is complete.
We don't have time for celebrating. We've got to do something.
Classic intro. We gotta do something. What are we doing?
Spike, can you hear me? You must listen carefully. Something awful has happened. There's been an accident. The time station has been activated by Spectre and you're being transported back in time. You'll soon arrive in the lost land when dinosaurs roam the earth. Spectre has sent the apes back in time to try to change the course of history. His plans for world domination have begun. And if we don't stop the apes, history will be changed forever. You're our only chance. Two of my gadget inventions, the Stun Club and the Time Net, were also caught in the transport. I want you to use them to catch the apes and send them back here. The Stun Club can be used to defend yourself against attackers. And when you use it on the apes, they'll be stunned. And you'll have an extra second to catch them with the Time Net. There isn't time for any monkey business, Spike. Our fate is in your hands. We're depending on you. Be careful.
Monkey business. I thought it was ape escape. There's not a single ape in this game, by the way. Just false advertisement.
I'm going for it!
I'm just waiting for a remaster of this game that doesn't suck ass. And then I can complain about the remaster after it sucks ass. But you know what, dude? Like, it's finally here at PS4. I don't have to play it on any of their consoles now. The ease of having this pop up on PS4 is so nice. Upscaling?
Gotcha!
Pretty good, actually. I've seen this run on a PS5, which is smooth AF. But, rookie catcher, trophy earned. We did it, boys. Game's over. Platinum rating.
Yeah! Yeah! Gotcha!
Oh.
Yeah! Yeah!
The enemies are very interesting. I don't know, I think in Ape Escape 3 there's some lore behind the enemies, but in this it's just whatever map you use.
Yeah! Gotcha! Yes!
You did great.
Yeah, that's a problem I've been seeing other people's streams for this, is that the game sounds are at 1,000%. So I'm gonna have to, let me tweak around in my settings for a bit here. See if there's a way to, turn down. Oh, look at that. So the start button has been completely, why is there so much vibration in this controller for switching these? Let me go into settings here, maybe. Controls, aspect. Oh. Native resolution? Uh-oh. You about to fuck shit up here? Accept? Okay, that is not a good native resolution there, but... Hey, Finito by Chief Keef is a great song. Finito! Let's not do native revolution. I don't even know what... I need some nerd to come in here and tell me what the fuck this shit is. One for one, yeah. 1 for 1's a good trade. Let's see what that does. Okay, well, it takes up some of the screen, but not quite all of it. If I do wide zoom stretch, it's probably gonna make the game look like shit now. Let's see. It's full screen, so you get all of that image.
Hi-ya!
At least for me it is. It's definitely kind of stretched. I don't know if that's good enough. I don't see audio settings here in the default thing, so I'm gonna have to go through the actual settings real quick. It seems almost sacrilege to turn down the music in this game, but hopefully you can hear me better now. That should be good. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the thing that the widescreen does here for me that makes it look not so good is the size of these menu buttons, like the top right. Those size of those buttons there are fucking huge. Let me see if I can, I think it was at this before, right? 16. What the fuck is square? What? Adam Sandler gonna come out of this? Square pixels? What does this shit even mean? Let's see what this does here. 4 for 3. Honestly, it's like the same shit pretty much. Whatever. I'll go back to full screen. The music's still too loud. Music's actually good for me now. My success rate? What? Am I playing Pokemon here? What is this success rate? That's like a mistranslation, I think. Success rate? I can't fucking keep hitting the actual start button. I put it down 1 bar. That is a bit. If I go 2, it's like it might be too much. I think. Put it back to here. Ah, fuck. Boom. Okay. So the cool thing with the feature, I guess, of this on the PS4 is that I could rewind, so I could literally go back in time and just hack the fucking game. How long is it? Like, wow, there's actually a lot of rewind frames. Navigate timeline. Okay. Dude, I can go all the way back to the first level if I really wanted to. I could scan this. Oh, the mic quality definitely isn't there. Actually, I look at my Yeti mic somewhere, but I don't have the cable for it. It's like some, it's not micro USB, it's like actual something USB, I don't know. So you're gonna have to live with this. Plus it's the wireless headset, so I don't have to plug in like 3 different things just to play the game. Yeah, okay. Hopefully we should be good now. If I have to change it back to full screen, widescreen, screen. This headset's literally been dying for. Oh wait, we're gonna get the water.
Look what I've got! A new gadget! Check it out!
This is the water net. Use it when you're underwater. I equipped it with an oxygen meter. I'm sending the new gadget over to you right now. Try it out in the training room. Without training, it will be too dangerous for you to continue on to the next area. Well, good luck and be careful.
Pretty sure it's setting a 10-year-old kid back in time to catch apes, where dinosaurs are rolling around. It's pretty dangerous.
I'm going for it!
I don't think a water net is gonna make things alright. Yeah, the water net appears when you're in the water. Yeah, I see some people play this and they're like, what does this do? What does that do? What does this do? And it's like, perfectly placed mailboxes tell you exactly what you need to do. Yes, this game does have platinum trophies. I think, don't quote me on this, but all the games they released, the classic collection for the premium PS Plus sub, I think they all have platinum trophies now. Or at least they all have trophies, I don't know about platinum. Which is weird because the Ape Escape 2 game doesn't have any platinum trophy. But this does, so this is an easy plat for me, most definitely. But yeah, these mailboxes are like, I guess their testing before they released this game was pretty good. So they put these mailbox messages in the perfect spots for people to be like, oh man, how do I do this? And it's just perfectly timed right there. But most people don't read, so. And so far, everything's running good. No frame rate issues. Thankfully, we get the NTSC version and not the PAL version that runs at like 25 frames per second. Controls looking good. No latency. I get pretty good port. I guess it's a port. I don't know. Are they emulating this game? I'm not quite sure what they did with this. Trophy earn, get wet. Some implication there, I think.
Let's go!
Let's go. Ah, he jumps. Why do you jump? Oh my goodness, the leaps. Gosh. I guess they, you consider it a flaw. That the early levels are pretty simplistic, pretty basic, but I guess it's what they wanted, so. For them, their design, I guess, worked out the way they wanted to, but I don't know. The level layouts definitely get a little bit more hectic towards the end. Right now, this is trying to be like pretty calm and basic. But the soundtrack is amazing throughout, so big positive. I read there was a platinum. Pretty sure there is. If not, I don't know. Getting all the trophies in the game, I guess, is like your pseudo platinum. I didn't want to look up the trophy list. I didn't want to spoil anything, really. I guess there really isn't much to spoil, but I wanted to come into playing this on PS4 as blind as I could be, while knowing pretty much everything about this game. Get up this tree, dude. I don't suppose I can make this leap. These leaves are not solid. It's just a pole with foliage. Oh, oh, I was pro. Didn't even know what hit him. Didn't even know. Didn't even have to swim through. I suppose I could look up the trophy list right now just to confirm.
You did great.
I did do great, thank you. Seems easy. Oh, you might be right. Maybe there is no plan for this. They said there was. I guess like that article there talked about the league trophy list was incorrect. Oh, hold on. This is for. Is this trophies for the PS3 version? I'm just confused here. Like this literally just came out like what 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's PS. Okay, hold on. Let me look up PS4 trophy list. So apparently there is trophy list for the PS3. Yep, it says 2 bronze, 4 silver, 10 gold, and 1 platinum trophy, according to TrueTrophies.com. So I was in fact correct, but easily swayed. I'm pretty sure. I think my memory's terrible, so I can easily be persuaded into thinking what I thought was incorrect. But yeah, looks like there's a platinum. They should just put the platinum for the Ape Escape 2 game as well. Like, come on. Oh, that's right. I didn't get the spectre points. Ah, it's okay. We gotta redo the levels anyways. This is the one with the T-Rex and the bumpin' T-Rex soundtrack. Yeah, the first kind of 2 levels, not too much to talk about in terms of game design, or I mean the soundtrack speaks for itself, but I just have to get through these later levels. I'll point out some things I like.
Let's go!
Let's go! Yeah, it's still so loud compared to the rest of the game. Waterfall. This level would kind of give any, I don't know. If I were to think of any level that would be comparable to Super Mario, oh jeez, what was Super Mario 3, Mario 64, god, you can tell I'm a Nintendo guy. That this level would be pretty comparable, to me, at least. I don't know why. I feel like the ramps and the waterfalls, pretty interesting. Go take a look at this area. We can't do nothing here without the slingshot, but kind of cool to take a look at. They pretty early on, like this is what the 3rd, well technically the 1st level you can't even catch one of the monkeys, you need the, oh what's the thing called now? Sky Flyer, but like pretty early on they established that you're gonna have to backtrack to these levels, which is weird. I guess Spyro 2 does it as well, like Glimmer you need to be able to climb, but I just got bombed. But yeah, for this game, I guess it was a staple back then for platformers. To pad your game, you need a backtrack, which I never really minded because I thought that the game was good enough. Like you want to revisit those areas. I was never. Like, I guess I understand how it's a flaw for some people, but I never complained about, oh man, I gotta go back to this level again. The game's fun to play it again. Like, how many times I've beaten this game, I'm still here, buying on the PS4. But this looks... I seen someone play this on the emulator, and even though it was upscaled, like, you can see a lot of visual bugs, like, it wasn't quite there, but this version actually looks pretty good. So, it leads me to believe that they actually did some work on the upscaling in this, and not just lazily ported this over, which is nice. No frame rate issues. On stream, I noticed that, like, the pitching of the soundtrack is kind of whack. It would go down or higher, some stuff like that, but it's fine for me. I don't know if it's fine for you guys. Let's get picked up by this pterodactyl for old time's sake. That was pretty cool. This was never done again, in this game at least. Pterodactyl picking you up and dropping you down. Like, they specifically coded, designed a pterodactyl and all this just for the off chance that your character would do that. There's probably tons of people who play this who never got grabbed by that pterodactyl. Penny Pincher. Don't know what trophy that is. Is that for collecting a Spectre coin? Oh my god, I actually grabbed that. I did not intend to get grabbed there. They track my movements. It's pretty good. I remember this monkey being less than mine. Oh! Not in range for that one, boy. Let's head over to the T-Rex area. This is probably one of the coolest areas in the dinosaur levels. The prehistoric age levels. This too, like, games that have different soundtracks or songs within the same level, like, oh, this is like a side area in the level, which give it a completely different atmosphere with the soundtrack. The way the screen tremors, big shakes. The fact that this guy's riding on his tail. I'll leave him be. Let him enjoy the ride. I'll grab this one. Gotcha.
Yes!
Yes.
You did great.
Thank you. Did I read another cutscene here? No. Well, maybe if the level starts. Sure, remember how this goes. Oh, maybe you do for the monkey radar. Like we're going into like the cryptic ruins now. Dark ruins. I can't remember what it was called exactly. Wow, I was way off. Actually, it's coming up after this one. Thick Jungle. I think you get the monkey radar here now. But technically, we're done with the dinosaur area. Now we're like after the Ice Age, I guess. We're just running in a nondescript jungle. It's thick. It's all we know. This
Look what I've got! A new gadget! Check it out!
Oh my god.
Here's a monkey radar.
Why is it so loud?
It'll help you track those monkeys down. I'm sending the new gadget over to you right now. Try it out in the training room. Without training, it will be too dangerous for you to continue on to the next area. Well, good luck and be careful.
I turned on the sound effects and the music. Is the voice lines like considered either? They have their own
I'm going for it!
volume. Yeah, that's a sound effect. That sounded pretty low compared to I'm going for it. It's too bad the new features here don't let you change that at all. Okay, let's go back to, let's stretch it out a bit. Oh yeah, I heard like there's some video filters now. What is retro classic? Does this make everything pixelated or something? Oh my god, this looks so bad. I think this is supposed to replicate you playing on a CRT. If you really wanted to go for that. But then what's the modern filter? Because like default thing is like, wouldn't that be modern already? Is that like a combination of the two, the CRT with like in a modern? I don't even know if I noticed it. I think the lighting changed? I don't know if I noticed a difference here. So this is modern. Let's go back to default real quick. I think that's probably the best. Let's see if there's actually a difference. Yeah, I don't think so. I think the default is pretty much modern. I don't know. Whatever. That's interesting to have video presets. It's only really a huge... Okay, there's mailboxes, please. Not really a huge feature, but at least I guess it's something. But what's the other one? Is there any other? It just tells you like you don't get to change your controls. It doesn't even show you all the controls either. Just here's start and select. It's one button on the menu. Okay, thanks. Like I'm pretty sure you can figure that out pretty quickly. But the rewind feature is pretty nutty. I don't think like you'd have to use it that much in this game, but I could imagine some other PlayStation games that they decide to release them on here for more cash grab. That could be really interesting. That rewind feature, like, it's pretty nutty. Why is it so loud?
Spike,
What's happening?
you're now on your way to the mysterious time of the jungle ruins.
My
You
goodness.
must navigate through thick jungles filled with beasts never seen before.
Thick jungle.
Go on to explore the temple ruins, but be very careful. The temple is laden with treacherous pathways and dark dungeons. Oh yes, and you may have already noticed one thing.
What?
The apes have varying fields of vision, so in most cases you can sneak up on them by crawling around rather than running after them. You won't be noticed as quickly if you remain low to the ground. You'll discover many great things on your journey, but try to stay focused. You must locate all of the apes. Every second that passes gives Spectre a chance to succeed. We're counting on you.
Bob. That's a blatant lie, by the way. You might have already noticed that the... No, I can't even speak. Alright, Spectre, interrupt, go.
Hello, Professor. Remember me? It's me, Spectre, the future leader of the new age.
talking to me?
That's right. Apes will soon rule the world, just as it should have been from the beginning.
Spectre, what's going on here? What are you planning to do?
Spectre,
That'd be a
oh
award
yes.
winner right there.
You're the monkey that performs at the amusement park.
What? He's that cute little monkey that everyone loves to come and see? But how?
What?
Yes,
What?
that's right. I stumbled onto this incredible invention of yours, this peak point helmet, and it's given me remarkable knowledge and great powers. And now, I plan to rule the world. And I owe it to you, Professor.
Spectre, you must listen to me carefully. It's true that the peak point helmet will augment your intelligence to heightened levels when it's worn. However, it is still incomplete. It's never been tested and may be very dangerous to use. I insist that you bring the peak point helmet back to me immediately.
Bring it back? Are you kidding? I'm sorry, Professor, but it's too late. I've already made duplicate helmets for my new army of apes. There's no stopping us now. The future is mine!
I guess we can time travel. Time's an issue.
Don't try and trick me into giving this helmet back, Professor. I'm smarter than you. I even figured out how to use the time station. I've already sent my armies back in time to rewrite history. No longer will humans be the dominant species. I will rule this world. Don't bother trying to stop me.
Fun fact, Planet of the Apes for Rock, Paper, Scissors.
Spike will find you. Just wait, you'll see. We're not gonna stand around and let you take over.
Spike? That little runt? He doesn't scare me. I've got a surprise for him.
Jake!
Jake! The Snake Roberts.
I've always wanted to go up against you. Now here's my chance. I'm gonna have a great time destroying you and showing you who's the real hero.
Pretty edgy.
What's happening?
Blue hair, I
What's
don't know if I
wrong
can beat
with
that
you? Do you realize what you're saying? Do you know who you're talking to? Snap out of it!
Oh, this is
Pull
hard.
yourself together!
What a performance.
Can you hear me?
It's no use. Somehow he's been brainwashed and he's being controlled by Spectre.
That's right, Professor. You're very perceptive. The boy you see here isn't the same anymore.
No.
He works for me now.
Let's turn heel. Let's
I'm in
drink this
control, and no one can stop me, especially not you. Well, I've got to go now, but I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
But they cut a promo on me. Can I speak now? Is there be another cutscene? Are we to be immersed again? That's all. I don't think cutscenes and like voice lines have their own volumes that aren't included into the sound effects or soundtrack setting, which I guess kind of makes sense, but unfortunately I can't put them down. They must come off so loud.
Let's go!
Like, it's blaring in my ear. So that's like, so far the only negative thing about this port, re-upscale, remaster, whatever you want to call this, remake. But yeah, what the professor was saying, before I was interrupted by like another 3-minute cutscene, is BF. You may have already noticed the monkeys have degrading levels of vision. That has to do with their pants color. Like if they're yellow, they're common, like it's average, an average sight. And like except for this monkey here, like the first 4 levels, most of the monkey pants colors are yellow. Like they have the same degree of vision. And I watched someone else play this and they had no idea. I had to tell them. If they had put that scene later in the game when you actually notice different pants colors and whatnot, maybe. But they shouldn't be like, oh, you probably already know this. You should have told me right off the bat, hey, these monkeys have degrees of vision, different degrees of vision depending on their pants color. Like, how could you figure that out in the first 3 levels of the game? And most people haven't even figured that out at all. Unless you're like an Ape Escape fan and you play the other Ape Escapes, like, I don't know. I think it might have been a mailbox note that tells you that, but again, like, no one wants to read, especially in the first few levels, they just want to play the game. So like a cutscene or something would have been better to explain the pants colors on the monkeys. But the all the voice acting and most of the exposition comes from just these cutscenes. They don't have like a telecommunicator or something where they have voice lines that tell you exactly what's happening in the game. That might be an interesting feature if they ever plan to do a remaster of this game. But like going off memory, like black pants monkeys, I guess they're more alert, but usually like the pants color in the monkeys are almost useless. Like the black pants monkeys, they have guns, but you can already see that they have a gun and they're more aggressive because they have a gun. But I think that the black pants also means that they're more alert than like a regular monkey, so it's whatever. And then there's actually, I think I looked on the wiki, there's not too many different colored pants monkeys. Like there's like 11 black colored monkeys, black pants colored monkeys, Jesus. And like 8 red short wearing monkeys. Like, oh, I still got it. I know how to control this thing. Most newcomers find this difficult. You don't have to use it, but get the flex on those who don't know how to control it well. Oh! Normal combo. Did he have to swing the net? He came right into it. So they didn't do anything with that. It's pretty much the same. You come in contact with the net, regardless if it slams on you or you just touch it, you get teleported. So. Out to the cache. I don't even think this catfish really tracks you down. I think it's just stationary, and then if you come closer, it gives you the old shock. Right? Oh, it comes out actually, I guess. You give the shock or what? There you go. Right. That's what you need a rowboat for, just dodge that, like, you couldn't do it any other way. this is looking really good. I don't really see any visual or technical issues with this upscaling, you know? Like, this looks pretty good on the PS4, which is nice. And like, I don't see any stuttering, any lag, frames look alright, like, so far pretty happy with this. I mean, I bet it was like $13 Canadian. It's quite a bit of money to pay for a game you've already owned like multiple times. But I think like standard price was like the highest PlayStation 1 game used to go for on like the PS3 or something was like $10. And some of the games here are even like $7 on the PS4, but for whatever reason, I guess they wanted to milk more money off you because Escape is a name brand. So there's $13, $14 out of your pocket. That's whatever. What are you gonna do? Sony go to milk you for whatever they can. Everything's better than that PlayStation 1 Classic they released. So. What a disaster.
Yes!
Now we're going to... What they call it, like the Cryptic Age or something? Dark Ruins? It's not Cryptic Ruins. I think it's Dark Ruins.
You did great!
That's when the soundtrack just completely just explodes into something really cool. Like, there's not much to work with when your first 4 levels are kind of prehistoric jungle or just dinosaur areas, but then when you started getting into these ruins here, that really opens up the creative mind of one Tarada. Dark Ruins, Mysterious Age. So I think one of the levels, other levels is called Cryptic something, maybe Cryptic. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm getting Cryptic from. But the Mysterious Age, we went to Lost Land, just the dinosaur ages. Then the Mysterious Age, I guess, is when like civilization started becoming a thing. Yeah, but this soundtrack goes pretty hard on this one. So you don't really notice the upscaling on most of the already like kind of pixelated flat images.
I'm going for it!
The textures on the characters you notice the upscaling most definitely. But like in terms of like the icons and whatnot, I don't know. Like those are so old you'd actually have to tune them or change them up to see an upgrade as opposed to just upscaling them because they're pretty rough images to begin with. The difference between this track and like the other 3 in the prehistoric age is night and day. Oh my goodness, so good. Look at the power of the synthesizer. Huh? This monkey is fast AF. Dark blue pants or regular blue pants. The monkey is fast AF, boy. And you're gonna need the hula hoop for that. I don't suppose you can like... How far does he run? I know this monkey has increased alertness. The fact that you can't just sneak up on him like this. I think I can cheese it about the hoop. Hey, let's go. He's fast, but his vision ain't quick. Oh. A little bleeding in there, you could see through that. But I don't think that's an upscaling thing. I think it's just the game being pretty old. Okay, you can't get in through here yet. You're gonna go all the way through the end. Oh, where's that platformer section? I'm gonna test my skill.
trap yourself here, buddy. I never really noticed how weird this wall looks. So it's such a different looking texture. Wow, this thing really tracks you all the way down here. Should be a Spectre coin up here now. Wow, there isn't. You would think that it'd be a good place to put a Spectre coin. Like they even put like a bigger chip in the middle there too. Interesting. Okay, I gotta have to backtrack to the middle part. Gotta skip the whole part of the level. What's this say? The red switch must do something. Like I know some older games it's kind of hard to figure out what certain things are, but fairly certain most people know that's a switch that they can hit. It's just weird architectural designs on these walls. This is the elevator. This is where the statues come out of the walls, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this section is pretty cool. To chase down this monkey, activates traps and whatnot. I'm pretty sure, I guess these statues are supposed to imitate monkeys. This is what the statues... Oh, kind of messed that up. I think you might... Actually, maybe not. I want to see it though. If you're able to cheese the monkey by sneaking it up on him. But I think I have to reload the section real quick. I want to say you can sneak up on him. Because like, I think the game, they want you to have to chase him around. They don't want you to cheese him. No, we'll see. And then most of the time I just chase him down because the section's pretty fun on its own. And who likes to sneak? Other than to hear the dynamic soundtrack change. Where they take out the drum and bass. I'm pretty sure they'll see you. Oh, maybe not. Oh, easy game, easy life. We're still gonna do this section. Is there... I want to say there's like a secret area on one of these sides you can take here. So now you can take the monkey's path, which is pretty cool. Because normally he'd run around and step on those and then you can't use them. And you'd have to find your own way around. It is an interesting camera angle there. Like this would be a cool place to put a Spectre coin though. I guess you can't go through. Oh, you can go through. Oh no. I got you baited. I think you can cheese it still though. You jump out of the water. You still get the form momentum that the pushback from this current isn't an issue. But yeah, there's definitely some nooks and crannies you could put Spectre coins in here. This is another camera angle trying to bait you into this. Hiya! Big one up. This is a cool section too. I would need to feed this monkey totem. And they know it's pretty hard to dodge these flames. But they put so many cookies in the back here. Non-despawning cookies. I think you're supposed to just brute force this. Unless you can, okay, I'm trying to go prone here. Can you go prone on this? Oh, okay, this is not gonna turn out well. I should put a cookie jar here. I guess you can come back to this area after you've, got like a range weapon. This is pretty difficult to do with the melee club. And the fact that these things take 3 hits. I guess you can kind of like get a multi-hit in, but it's gonna be a death of me if I try to go for any more. Oh, they steal you. Wow. Okay, After I don't know how many years of playing this game, I did not know that they sealed you in. That's pretty cruel. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna die here. I don't have the all the things go faster too.
Oh no!
Oh no! That was so loud. I wonder if I can jump up there. Pretty sure after you break the second last one, the whole thing goes down. So I don't think you'd be able to jump on the second one, or even the first one. You get like some iframes after you get hit, but the fact that it knocks you back kind of ruins your iframing. Alright. Beat this thing out. Whoa. So like I made the sound effect to be hitting it. Alright, let's try this again. I want to see this thing seal myself in here. That's pretty cool. Oh, I didn't get the free hit. Oh, there's no more cookies here either. Oh, this is scuffed. Oh, I'm gonna have to juke this around. Oh, they go faster. There's like a momentary pause after you hit him.
Oh no!
Where did that cookie come from? What? It was a ghost cookie. I almost had that. I was like one hit away from breaking the second last one. And I would have just took it all down. The fact that I missed a free hit, I think, did me in. I don't think you can backtrack it from here. Because I think the gates are like a one-way on the other side. Like a switch. Ah, spectacle. Parkour, parkour. Let's try this for like the third time. Got greedy, try to go for the double hit. Oh, I interrupted my hit like 3 times there. Yeah. Oh my. I'm trying to get enough vertical height to get over this top here.
This bites.
It does bite. My goodness. I'm trying to get enough vertical height to get over the ledge, because you can't step over it. But the height on the jump is so high that I got hit by the second pillar, which is pretty annoying. Those cookies they put in the back are a one-time thing. They do not respawn. And if you're doing, I guess, 100% speedrun of the game, so I'm pretty sure there's a monkey here. You're gonna have to knock those down. I wonder what the speedrunners do to take this thing down as fast as possible. Obviously not what I'm doing. Can you go? Okay, can you dodge, bro? No, wow. It looks like you have enough height to clear that. The fact that they changed direction as well is pretty annoying. Did you drop a cookie? Or did I drop a cookie? Again. I can't walk up here. Can you dodge from there if you don't have enough? Oh, wait, what? How did that... Okay, I guess you can max range it in the middle. There is a cheese strat. You might not even have to dodge. I think you might be alright here. But I'm gonna do it just in case. It's kind of hard to get like the max range strike. Alright, I lied. You definitely have to defeat the last one as well. Oh, shit. Oh, I don't think you have to dodge that. Alright, cool. Easy. Now I gotta catch the monkey without getting hit. That's a difficult challenge. Also, what is this symbol? This is the Millennium Eye? Is it a Yu-Gi-Oh reference? That I never noticed either. Or they just literally just look up like some hieroglyphic thing they can use. Okay, you know what? Actually, let me get this monkey as a bio. Oh. No. Oh, maybe it's a staircase. Different, yeah, I think it's what it is. Oh no, it's what? Why didn't this monkey have a bio? They completely ignored me. Alright, cool. Easy. That was weird. It's almost like the monkey didn't spawn in. There's still some things about this game how many years after that you and I get surprised about. Oh, yeah, this monkey you can't sneak up on. First of all, in this game, the monkeys with, well, green pants, yeah, no, never mind. The white pants monkeys, they added on later, I think. Those ones have bad vision. But in this game, the green pants monkeys have really good vision. And that monkey was scripted to do that. So you didn't get alerted at all. So there's definitely no way, both ways of sneaking up on it. This is the hardcore parkour section right here. I gotta fight these camera angles. Yeah, unfortunately you can't, oh, I'm about to die here again, probably. Can't curve the bullet. I'll try to sneak up on him, but I don't think, actually I kinda want some health here. Just in case. I doubt I can sneak up on him. Not when there's a statue here. Can you hear me underwater? No, guess you can't. Why are you running? No. I assume those things have a timer, and not like a checkpoint you have to cross for those things to come back up to the surface. Yeah, this wall isn't there. I guess you can tell by the pattern on said pillar. Did this monkey statue do that? Oh no. Did not come out. Oh my goodness. Yeah. There's no sneak, only kill. Oh, you thought. You thought. See, I never thought I'd have most trouble in this area. Like most of this playthrough, time is being sunk into this. I think he already crossed here. Yeah, he did. Wait, how did he get through here? Did he just super leap? He had to have activated the switch, right? I got pretty close last time, but oh, not this time. Okay, those things don't respawn, which is both good and bad because now I don't have a source of help. Yo, this monkey's I'm over here. It's already, this monkey's flipping out around the corner. Oh, shit. I feel like that jumping he does is scripted, so he doesn't fire the rockets. Ba-da-da-da. This I don't understand either. I have a headache, I can't catch through. I'm clipping on something that should not exist. But I think there's like a little ledge from where they put back that platform that you clip on. Like an invisible wall of sorts. Does that even exist on this side of the wall? I don't think I had that issue. No. No, this is definitely an error. Alright, that's a hot tip right there. Use the left side of the wall instead of the right.
This bites.
Oh, what? I never knew you could do that. Okay, you can get insta-killed getting squished in that door. Wow. I want to skip that monkey, man. It's taking too much time. That's where I push the boulder up? No, it's the other. Oh, that would have been a cool blind drop. If I have to backtrack now. I think that monkey's name was like Cartman or something. Cartman, but then I get to check. Stan, yeah. See, the reference of these monkey names in the English translation, these are South Park character names in this level. So there's Stan, should be a Kyle, probably a Kenny, and the one I just caught, I'm pretty sure was a Cartman. I don't know if there's any cool trophies in this game that you have to go out of your way to get. I heard that you don't even need to like 100% the game for the platinum, which is pretty dumb. Or no, you don't have to complete the story to 100% to get the platinum. I'm not sure what they mean by completing the story. If they mean like 100% and getting the actual story ending, or just like the any percent story ending. But I wonder if there's any trophies that like I have to go out of my way for and not just get naturally. Basically, is there any trophies that I have to get still, even if I 100% this game? Well, I'm not gonna ruin the mystique and look up the trophy list. Gotcha. Yes!
Yes!
You did great.
You did great.
Try it out in the training room. Alright. Should do like a little ranking of the best out of the three, the best level out of the three. It's actually pretty close between these two. I like the underwater sections. In the rain, I don't know if there's any other level in this game that has that rain effect. But the multi-level section is cool with the T-Rex. And the song in the T-Rex section, I'm gonna have to go molten lava, probably the best out of three. Primordial use a plus second. Picture jungle we can skip. I mean the picture plants are pretty cool, but the soundtracks for both of these levels, like a whole new level. These two are like so different design-wise to like the thick jungle. There's not too many like ruins types stuff in the thick jungle. So for that, I like the soundtrack of Dark Ruins, and I like some of the areas in Dark Ruins, but Cryptic Relics is, I don't know, I think that soundtrack is a little bit better.
Look what I've got, a new gadget. Check it out.
Screaming at me, lady.
Here's the slingback shooter. Just pull back and shoot. I'm sending the new gadget over to you right now.
They couldn't even
Try it out in the training room. Without training, it will be too dangerous for you to continue on to the next area. Well, good luck and be careful.
It's literally just like the letter Y. Here's a wooden letter Y that we got. There's a twig.
Let's go!
Let's go. See, not... You can yeah, you can actually see it in-game. For why there isn't a string or whatnot in that actual cutscene, I don't know. You can faintly see it. Definitely when you pull back, you'll be able to see it. I want to see this glitch probably still exists in this version of the game, but... Oh yeah. Definitely better than a platformer that has a glitch that lets you get extra elevation. Oh. Yeah, you get fall damage though. So I don't know if I want to abuse that glitch in this playthrough. maybe I'll do something super meta. And I'll glitch up to areas I shouldn't be able to go to through the glitch, and then just jump back down just to show you I can do it, but I won't. I think this is another mistranslated line. Flash bullets. They're clearly like explosive rounds. I don't know if they did like because the game was rated for kids, so they didn't want to put explosive bullets. I couldn't see why they wouldn't, but flash bullets just seems pretty dumb. It almost implies that you can like hit something on the side and it would like stun your enemies, like a flash grenade. But oh, I didn't know now you could. You're not technically crouched, you're just going prone with this. You learn something new every day. That's clearly like an explosive pellet. That ain't no flash pellet. Oh. That's pretty cool. Back in the late 90s, you get homing pellets, homing bullets. Oh, we finessed that mailbox. Hands up, trophy earned. That's gold. That's a gold. I think that's a gold trophy. Just for using a slingshot in the trading area? Come on. Also, like the bronze trophy and the gold trophy color looks very
I'm going
similar,
for it!
so that very well could have been bronze. But I guess we gotta equip this now. As with every like platformer that introduces a new gadget or weapon or whatnot, and the very next level after that tutorial, they have to put many instances of that tool. I don't know if that's just game design 101 or if there's something behind like just human logic. That if you introduce a level that doesn't use that tool, you just forget about it or something. But like the need to like some games completely drown you in, yeah, use this new gadget throughout the entire level, and then it kind of gets tiresome. What is? I don't know if this is supposed to be like a light refract, like some kind of light bridge. It definitely looks like ice. I don't know where this thing comes from. It just appears out of the side of the wall. But that's why it's cryptic. Look at these monkey drawings, so cryptic. Look at the need for clean underwear. Is that a reference to something? To society? So cryptic. They really ham-fisted this one, yeah. Put your hand here, move this. This block can be moved. All four sides of the cube. Even the top have it now. Boom! Not so alert with that laser gun, boy. So this also is interesting. So they couldn't just put, like, already this piece of the wall looks out of place, and if you had some kind of, I don't know, tuition to hit this, you know it's supposed to be breakable with the gadget. But in case you didn't, they added this flashing feature, which only confused people. I know I've watched some streamers play this that they didn't know, especially people who use emulator, they didn't know if this was a visual bug. Which it very clearly could have been. Like, there's no indication of like a crack in this wall, like anything, like, other than like it's different from what the wall looks like. The flashing feature they put in is just a weird touch on it. And that wall in general too. It's not a wall you need to break to get to a monkey. This is like a shortcut that you could use to get through to the next section. When most of the walls that are breakable are kind of like that. The soundtrack. This definitely has to be the best of the three. Like, the soundtrack is just so... They just get some woman to go, just to sing over it. This skybox too is pretty cool. I think there's a later, like, I'm not gonna give you a spoiler, but there's a later level. I'm pretty sure you'll probably see like a night sky with like a moon. But this is one of the few. There's shooting stars I didn't even notice. You can see You know, most games put their hidden bridges or whatever like underneath so you can't see it, or like super high, or they just spawn out of nowhere. This game is just like, nah, bro. If it's gonna fall from the sky, it's gonna fall from the sky. But yeah, this skybox is pretty cool. The atmosphere of this level is pretty cool. Oh my god, I can't believe I overshot that jump. I just leaped. Long jumped over that. Alright. So now I guess would be a good opportunity to show you the glitch. Since very clearly could have made that jump. Oh. It's how they like forward momentum with this to get. There we go. What was supposed to happen is I take this platform and it would raise me up there, and then I'd be able to hit this. Wait, is there a bridge up here? No. This one's gonna come out of the side of the wall. Yeah, that ice-looking bridge. That just kind of just disappears towards the end. I like how it fades out. It kind of implies this is like a light. I guess there's an edge to this. I don't know. You decide. I think it's like a light refracting bridge of some sort. Kind of space-age technology. But then what would it be doing here? Back in time. I don't think the monkeys came here and they put this in, did they? They definitely like affected the past, but like in crude monkey ways. Like this. This definitely wasn't here before. But I don't know if they actually like put all this technology in, like these light bridges and whatnot. It just seems like a huge leap of intelligence from drawing on walls to putting up a bridge system. You're just a recolor of the other enemies in the last level. Red, now you're blue, now you're red? Come on. Nice sound effects. There's a little touches. They didn't need to add that in, but they did, which is nice. It's like some of the enemies in this game are pretty well designed, and pretty cool looking. I don't think you can sneak up on these guys. These guys ain't monkeys. Nope. I don't think there's any point in which you can kill these. Well, maybe it's a slingshot. Let's see. Go back to sleep. No. So there's no way to kill these enemies unless they did another little spin cycle. Which adds, I guess you can call it an artificial layer of advanced combat. And most of this game is just swing and net, swing club. So it was pretty cool that, like, even though things are so simplistic, they had to work around it and add enemies. Like, rather than make the combat more complex, like the stun club or with the slingshot, they just made the enemies slightly more complex, which is a good workaround. Pretty good game design. So this, there's some deadly crystals here. Pretty sure a bridge comes out from underneath those. So that literally just sinks down and then a bridge just comes out. Alright. You throw banana peels when you got a gun. Some cool other small things they have for the atmosphere, just random spider webs or cobwebs, which actually plays into these enemies, because there were like some spider looking things on the ceiling. It sees little small details. I think now these AAA titles are so focused with adding, like, we need 1,000 different sound effects for when your feet touch a certain terrain. And the studios are so big that a lot of these small things go either unnoticed or they don't really care for. But it's just interesting to see older games that had such limitations, especially like technically, that they were able to do some, and like innovate and come up with some pretty cool things. That I think that now we don't get much of. It's also like the rushing too. Like you've got publishers that are pushing you to make the game come out at a certain quarter. There's more to it, so there's more polish. There's more time needed to fix certain things. So you don't have time to add stuff like this. Just a texture for a couple of monkeys on the side of the wall. Like your modern AAA game. I guess there is some aspect to game design that a lot of these people who develop these games, like the concept art, some areas, like if you stop around and look at some of your games, you can see some really cool designs that would probably largely go unnoticed if you're just out here to play the game quickly, just walk past these things. If you just take the time to look at somebody took hours out of their day just to make this texture on the side of the wall that may only exist on this map and this one particular location, and you'll never see it again, and most players will just walk by it. But like, I noticed this is pretty cool. And those people who work on that specific part of the game, like that kind of, those are some unsung heroes. Because if you do a good job, most of the time you're just like, oh, okay, like these textures that they added on the side of the walls, or this atmosphere, like it's part for the course. Like obviously, like this is what it should look like, and you're just kind of absorbed into the world atmosphere, and you just assume like, yeah, this is what it's supposed to be like. And then there's some that go above and beyond. You just literally have to stop and look at it, like, wow, this is cool. Like that's a big web they added here. They didn't put a spider enemy nearby. This is literally just an atmospherical choice. It's a creative design choice. Another breakable wall here you cannot break. Look at the shift of this. I don't know if that's intended. The bar is not touching that bar. I think this is the last monkey. Are you going for your protection for your friends here? Your friends aren't gonna save you now. Like there's a fine line on how to do your level design, your world design. Like you can see on that side of the wall there, like they spam that monkey sketch texture. Cause it's like,
You did great.
from the developer's point of view, we took all this time to make this texture, we're only gonna put it once. It's just spammed across the whole level. Then that might just be too much. So yeah, it's a very underappreciated.
I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Jake.
This is just between you and me.
Why are you screaming my ear, bro?
Follow me.
I don't follow you. I have to beat you in a race. I'm not gonna follow you. You're already implying that I'm losing. You follow me. How about that?
Let's
How about
go!
whoever coded you didn't program you to cut corners? Also, you don't have one of these water nets. So get rinsed, kid. I see this now. I'm gonna choke this raceway. I'm gonna hit by a stray fireball here. The one chi section is, I think he's like Luigi with those floaty jumps. I definitely don't have a long jump. I have to double jump this, so that forces me to slow down. But then over here you can catch up. You can cut this corner here a bit, and he takes a while here. Cool trick, just do a jump. So I'm pretty sure if you just finish that slide, like you lose so much time. There's actually like a little bit of an animation that has to play through before you get back up on your feet. These are things you learn over the years of playing this game. Oh, professional. Sub 1 minute? Speedrunners eat your heart out.
Yes!
Yeah, I wish I had these leaps, man. One jump, you clear that platform. When I have to double jump. And then you can see that and get fooled to think, oh, you can just solo jump this, it'll be quicker. No. Give me them Spectre coins, boy!
I'll go up against you anytime you want.
Ha, too bad I don't want to go up against you any more times. I'm forced to. Rinse you in Arias. That I was supposed to follow you. Come on. Also, it's funny, like, what's implied is that he's brainwashed by Spectre and he's just hanging out with him. But this whole time, he's just been waiting for you at a Dimension X. So I assume this is like something Spectre built in the future. But why waste your time building a? What is this? I don't know. Dimension X is the sub level or the all-encompassing category for those levels. Now we're in Oceania. Crabby Beach. This is the opening track of the game, I think. This is one of the best tracks in the game. And you almost want to give this the best level out of the three just for this soundtrack. Do you get a gadget here? Yeah, you do.
Look what I've got! A new gadget! Check it out!
Oh my God.
This is the Super Hoop.
So
It
loud.
protects you and makes you run faster. I'm sending the new gadget over to you right now.
It protects
Try it
you.
out in the training room.
It makes you
Without
run
training, it
faster.
will be too dangerous for you to continue on to the next
The run
area.
faster part
Well,
is
good luck and be
understandable,
careful.
But the protection. I know it's supposed to give you like a bumper type mechanic, like you hit into something. You don't take
Let's
damage.
go!
So I guess that makes sense, but it's not. I don't think this thing like protects you from like range projectiles. Again, it's kind of false advertisement. Also, what I wanted to say when I picked up that, oh wait, what the hell? It kind of did protect you. Hold on. I didn't even have it powered up. Give me again. Oh. Actually, I don't know if they just don't think you don't have like a damage animation. He does get knocked back. I'm gonna have to try this actually in the game and not like the practice section. But I want to know if that actually just protects you from hits, because that's actually a feature that I thought was false. Well, I knew it protected you when you charged it. I didn't know if it protected you from staying stationary. It was actually pretty big.
In this next period, you'll find that most of the planet is covered with water. The water net will be very useful in catching the apes. There are lots of dangerous creatures below the surface. Be careful.
That's kind of another false advertisement. I don't recall any dangerous creatures below the surface. I could think of some that are above. I don't even think there's an underwater section here. Well, I think the ocean's a bit, but like definitely like
Let's
an underwater
go!
section in like Ape Escape 2 or 3. And this is my Alexa. Oh yeah, the hip drop. Is this supposed to be like a hill? Why can you see through it? Pretty funny. Whoa! Lens flare. The Michael Bay production, look at that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is probably the most simplistic track in the entire game, but it's also probably one of the best. There's no really big breakdown or variation compared to some of the other more advanced tracks, but this is still pretty good. Oh, it's coconuts on here. Why does not tree have coconuts? Or is that just a visual bug? No coconuts. I hit this. Oh, just a visual? Okay. So now this monkey's doing it right. All of them are trying to get world domination. Change this past. He's just chilling on a hammock. I wish I could do this too. So wait, did they program this so like it's a solid for the monkey but not for me? Why'd you do that? I want to take a look at these crab enemies. Are pretty cool. They're like the only enemy in the game I think that does this. Let me just catch this monkey first. Gotcha. Oh. They're like a banana peel 2.0. Whoa. seagull, 2D seagull. Like right off the bat, right at the intro. Oh, this monkey's just chilling. Hold on. My bad. But this has to be a solid thing. There we go. Not even short. There's so much creativity and like charisma and just cool stuff they add at the beginning of this level just to get you immersed. Like little palm trees here, a lens flare. Introduces you to the ocean here, the faraway island, the seagull. These crab enemies are like probably one of the most unique enemies in the game. Are they even considered an enemy? I guess they impede your progress. You just slip on them. There's even an animation for you stepping on them and flattening. What? This I didn't know that. Like, why add this? Other than just to be a creative game. Like, that's so cool. Oh, also these sandcastles. You can break them. They programmed animation for just sandcastles being brought down. I don't want to use the opportunity to shit on all modern games, but I'll say there's probably some games that came out from this era that would have just had this as an actual object that you can interact with. But that stuff was just a little bit of magic in games that sometimes go missed. This little distant island you'll never reach. It's pretty sad when you think about it. Also, I'm pretty sure that monkey's gone. Oh, you get some frame drops in that water. Yeah, that monkey just took off. I think you have to like despawns, I guess. You have to go back and forth. Back and forth. I usually just sneak up on that monkey and catch him pretty quick. I was too distracted by the crabs. He respawns, right? Maybe he came back and I caught him again? I don't know. Surely it can't be a monkey that is gone until you reset the level. Hold on, we can probably check, right? So there's 3 here. Or 4 that I don't think all 4 here. I think there's only 3 in this section. So yeah, that monkey is just gone, I guess. This will be our first introduction to the UFO monkey. So they do possess some degree of intelligence, I guess, to operate a unmanned vehicle. Or not unmanned vehicle, an unknown flying object. This monkey doesn't jump off, he just stays there for sure. This monkey's just unwittingly standing on a switch. Stay there a little bit longer? Nope. I can't remember if there's 2 UFOs or just 1. I count just 1. Did not supposed to stay on that switch? This area is pretty cool too, like. There's a random cave in this beach area. It's also not even just for decoration, it's also a clever tool of game design that lets you see them from across the gate. It looks like it's just one UFO. Look at that spider up there. I'm assuming these are spiders. These look very simplistically created enemies, but the implication there is that it's a spider. They also get these rubber bands here. Super speed. Honestly, the hula hoop is probably like my least favorite gadget in this game. I'm gonna go out of my way not to use it as much as I can. So instead of using that section there, I'm just gonna cut and cheese this. Yes!
Yes!
We're approaching the 1.5 hour mark. I could cut it off at 1.5 hours or go for the full 2 hours. Re-upload this VOD to YouTube. You did great.
You did great.
I did do great. Coral Cave. This level is... I'm struggling to remember anything from this level. It's probably one of the most forgettable levels to me for some reason. Because every time I think of like, oh, what's in this level, I think of what's already in the next level, Dexter's Island. Oh no, I remember. This was the more... Yeah, there's more water section of sharks in here. Yeah, I remember this one. This one's kind of cool too, but forgettable in a way as well. Like, how did I forget the only level that has sharks in it? Now, this level would have been more appropriate for the professor to be like, oh, there's dangers beneath the surface, but I guess it's all-encompassing for like the next, like the whole 3 levels is its own section of level. But it just would have made more sense, like, oh, there's trouble below the surface of the water, and immediately the game will...
I'm going for it!
With sharks. Because Sandy Crabby Beach definitely didn't have any real threat underwater. For like a PlayStation 1 game too, like these sharks are pretty well designed. Some of the things they add are pretty, I don't want to say cheap, but like, what's the word? Not lazy either, but just like, I don't know, I can't describe it. Like they add like 2D images instead of like making 3D models. I don't think it's a limitation of the size, like the space they have at disk. I don't think it's like a Legend of Zelda type thing where they had to put like 2D cut images, or they really like removed from torsos, or bottom halves of characters behind desks. I don't know if it was, maybe it was time limitations. But yeah, there's some things in there. Now what you're supposed to do is spin that wheel, then hula hoop all the way back up. Ain't nobody got time for that. Monkeys must be so confused. Look at this. A random sprite for a flower. This might be the only sprite of that flower in this game. Or maybe in this map, I don't know. It's just there. Somebody took the time to put that in. Does it have any real purpose? No. But it's there, it's just that bring something more to the game. Program these little fish here. I get no real purpose, but it's fun to add them in the game. About that immersion, about that world design. And there's 2 different variations of the sharks. The first one, there was a hammerhead. That one just looks like a regular shark. They could have very well just used 2 hammerheads there, or 2 regular sharks. They took the time to make another shark. And like, this time for games, dude, specifically, you could have very easily gotten away with being lazy, or not adding in those extra little small things. Because people will understand that it's a... I don't know, maybe they added that stuff where they really pushed that this is a big budget title. This was... I don't think this was a launch title. But it was definitely a title out there that was designed to sell consoles. Oh, there's definitely a title to sell the DualShock. This game had to do well. They wanted the DualShock controller to catch on. Something that also goes unnoticed or uncared for is the fact that this game was pretty much brought the DualShock controller into existence. This game was made with the intent of bringing the DualShock into the world. Dual analog sticks. It was unheard of. My controller only used to have 1 analog stick, at best, on the N64. And we all know how shit that one was. now, like, analog sticks are dime a dozen in terms of like, oh, it's been out here for a while, nobody really cares. It's just like how innovative this was back in the day, and just how much better DualShocks have, like, have you ever really had problems with your dual analog? I know mine, I've crapped out over time. This platform's supposed to fall, right? I'm pretty sure there's similar platforms in this game that have this image of the monkey, and they do fall. It just very much looks like this floor should fall, but it doesn't. Interesting. Oh, this should have the, isn't there a ship here? Oh, easy stuff. There's an area where the monkey's in a turret. One of the few instances a monkey's actually in a turret. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you can cheese. You don't need to have the hula hoop for this section.
Ow! Yeah! Ow!
Pretty sure the hula hoop would make it pretty difficult to sneak up on the monkey.
Yes!
Wow. We barely got to explore much of that level. Like, there's a turret, ship, that looks pretty cool we didn't get to see. I didn't realize how many, like, so few monkeys we needed to catch for this.
You did great.
Dexter's Lab. You get another. Do we? I feel like there's a cutscene before Dexter's Island. I don't know what tool they give. I know Skyflyer's coming up. I don't think they give you a tool. Maybe it's just a general cutscene. Other than like for story purposes. I'm pretty sure Professor comes in here. Oh, he doesn't. Oh my god. Get body. Yeah, this is like probably one of the most unique levels in the entire game. We'll show you why. You're like, oh, Dexter's Island? Well, what does that mean?
Let's go!
Giant dinosaur looking thing. I thought we were down dinosaurs, but this thing still exists. And you're like, oh, it's gonna be more of the same with the water. Oceania type stuff. And then you'll see. So this was a cool aesthetic. These UFOs were put here not for the apes, for the monkeys themselves, but as just more atmospherical, more world design. So I think that's implied that these monkeys came here, the UFO is parked it here, but then you're like, oh, where do they go? There's a giant wall here, and then like apparently some of them sailed here as well. But you're like, oh, where did all these monkeys go? There should be 3 here. Oh, that's where they went. Oh, that's pretty cool. So I don't think there's an actual mailbox tooltip that tells you to go to the mouth of this creature. And it's not like it opens up either. You have to hit it first. So I wonder how many kids back in the 90s are like... Some are probably even scared of this thing, to be honest. But I mean, you can kind of see, like, that definitely looks like a doorway. And this wall definitely looks like it could be breaking. Oh, cool little cracking sound effects. And then a huge, sound like a bomb went off. Dodging shots here. Going prone like I'm in the war. Oh, I can dodge that one. That was pretty cheap. Oh, so that cutscene triggered, like in-game cutscene. The thing gets freed and then it drops some friend. That's alright. Big turtle out here. That you need, by the way. You can't even cheese your way across this water without that. The current is so strong. Oh, there's rocks. They actually put rocks on the bottom of this. Some foliage. She was pretty cool. Yeah, there's no way to. Well, actually, man, there might be a way to cheese this. Might still be able to jump through. The problem is you sink so far down that you don't have enough time to come back up at the surface. So I'm pretty sure you can like get here with the turtle. Oh, good juke. What does the mailbox say about this ship? I really already know that. It's an interesting ship. The Spectre flag. So they got here by ship and by UFO. And they deemed it wise to hit this thing in the mouth and just walk into it. So this is kind of like the Jabu section of Ocarina of Time. I think there's another similar section going into the belly of the beast in Majora's Mask. I don't think there is. Maybe Jabu Jabu is in Majora's Mask. I don't know. Use the two sometimes. And then like that Jabu Jabu dungeon, you're like, how big is this monster? Like we're going different floors and stuff. This is probably along the same lines. Like this section right here alone is huge. So I guess we're supposed to be in its stomach. I assume it's the stomach acid with the bones and whatnot. Then there's like other areas we get to go to, which I'm not quite sure what they're supposed to be anatomically, but it's still pretty cool. The implication of this thing swallowing an entire ship as Donkey Kong barrels are being rained down upon us. I'm not quite sure where these barrels are coming from. Does it imply that he's still swallowing barrels? Should be a monkey up here. At some point they were like, oh, how do we make a platform for the stomach? You make it like stomach landing, or what do we do here? And they're just, I don't know, just purple stuff. This looks like it should be in the belly of the beast. Purple. This is kind of cool. This is supposed to be like some gas trapped in the intestinal lining. I don't know. So it's interesting. They did that. This is obviously supposed to be flesh toned. Very Japanese texture. Creatively,
This
I
bites.
got Wombo comma, no iframes there. From a design standpoint, like these Japanese developers are pretty wild. Like the limitations to their imagination, no bound. I'm assuming these are supposed to be like antibodies. Technically we're the enemy in this case. Oh, this creature's just chilling here, knowing that there's like monkeys and now me causing a ruckus. This was a cool effect too. Showing that like, so things alive, man. The walls are moving. This is a living organism. Also, imagine telling Tarada, yeah, we need a soundtrack for you being in the belly of the beast. And this is what he comes for. It's like, I've been doing all these synth work and techno break beats. And it's like, nah, you're in the belly of the beast. So what did you come up with? Let's make it sound hectic and sound like antibodies are just buzzing around trying to get you. They didn't go for some generic like stomach growling sound effects or samples, roars or anything. Man's too legit for that. This texture here very much looks like ground beef. Someone just took a picture of their ground beef out of a packet. This here looks like it very well could have been fish eggs. Flying fish eggs they use for sushi. But I would not be surprised if that was the case, honestly. I'm assuming these things are supposed to be like parasites. So we're kind of similar into the Jabu Jabu type thing. Where we're defeating some enemies within this poor beast's stomach. I think just piece it out, just yell it out. So I guess technically we're doing him a favor. Is there a Spectre coin here? Why do I think there is a Spectre coin here? Nah, there's nothing. Oh, just go down here just for fun anyway. This is supposed to imply there's more gas here. I don't know what this actually applies, so it's just going up. More tunnels. We're getting some intestines, I don't know. Could be. What is this mailbox thing? Bullets in your sling. Okay, so we're cool with saying bullets, but not explosive pellets. You just should have to say bullets, even though they're clearly like rocks or something. Well, the normal bullets, I'm pretty sure are just supposed to be rocks. And bullets are maybe the explosive pellets, I don't know. Strong enough to scare monkeys. How alert these monkeys are, they're already scared. As soon as they hit water. I'll take a slingshot. Could alert them anymore. So they say it's pretty weak, but it's supposed to scare the monkey. So you, oh my god, these things shoot back. But you would assume like, okay, I just hit something near it, they'll get scared. I mean, it's already pretty scared. What they don't tell you is you just hit the thing and it comes down. You're not really. These monkeys are already scared. You don't need a slingshot to scare it. What you need is a slingshot to hit them so they fall down. That's pretty much it. The more false advertising that, yeah, just hitting to the next enemy. Oh, that's a white pants monkey. That's pretty rare. Oh, this one's white pants too. Right. So in this game, the white pants monkeys are supposed to be like the most alert monkeys. But in the like Escape 2 and 3 and like the other Escape games, they made the white pants monkeys have the worst vision. They gave them like these spirally glasses that you can't see nothing out of, like these circle specials. That was interesting. Maybe they're just like, okay, we have way too many monkeys that are too good vision-wise. We have to have one for parity that's just completely terrible vision-wise. But yeah, like the majority of these monkeys in this game, like over half of the monkeys in this game are yellow pants monkeys, just common. I wanted to realize you had the rewind feature, and you could have very easily used that to abuse that one minigame of having hit that totem monkey. Okay. Oh well. Maybe we'll use the rewind feature for something, just to show it off. I've never actually used that. I don't know how well it works. But it looks like it goes like all the way back, like not even just like the last 30 seconds. I'm not sure how they designed it. It's pretty interesting. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to use the super hoop for this part. I don't think they ever changed this in any of the other Escape games, but like the weapon wheel seems like one of the most outdated parts about this game's franchise.
Yes!
You only have access to 4 weapons at a time, and you have to manually switch out the gadgets. Like in a modern game, you'd feel like you just have like an actual wheel you just scroll through, or you just like cycle through them. Having to switch out gadgets is fairly annoying in this game.
You did great.
I did do great, thank you. Because the action comes from just chasing down the monkeys and going fast and, you know, platforming and whatnot. And the more that takes away from that, the more annoying something so small as switching at weapon would be, or a gadget. This was cool too. As a kid, I didn't have a dual analog, so when I tried to play this, I couldn't move the character, and this is all I could do. So I was like, how else do you move? This just changes the camera, so I couldn't move. I got to change the camera, and I got to like press these buttons. Meanwhile, in like every other game, essentially, you use the dialogue buttons to move, and then you just press this button to use that gadget. There wasn't dynamic ways to have to use that gadget. I bet you people who play this now, who never played it at all, would probably assume that too, just because it was one of the older games. They're like, oh, okay, this is a weapon. If I press triangle, it should swing, as opposed to like, no, I use it to equip it, press triangle to equip it, and then I use the analog stick to actually do different functions with it. Swing, spin, aim it, any which way. It's like for the slingshot, if I press square, it should bring up like an aiming thing, I should automatically shoot. It's like, nah. You can bring up the aiming with the L2, you can not have to use it, you pull back like you're actually pulling back a slingshot, you can move it around, aim it. Hula hoop, I press circle, I should go fast in a straight line. Nah. I get to control which direction I go with this hula hoop. And that's the same thing as the club. It's just a great, innovative title that should be respected. But in the Hall of Fame of PlayStation Classics, it's just the groundwork this game kind of paved for not just platformers in general, but just the gaming industry in general. Just the dual shock controller alone, dual analog controller, brought this to new heights. Okay, I think we'll do like one more level here and then we'll skedaddle. Still don't have enough Spectre coins for the first minigame. It's only 10. We get 5 from doing Jake, so how do we not get 5 already from the other levels? I've just been missing. So now we get to the Ice Age. So what I thought was after the Ice Age back in Cryptic Ruins where you saw like civilization being built. I don't know if this is supposed to be implied that the monkeys came back and built this stuff. Doesn't really get explained, but that's alright. So I guess technically now this is the Ice Age. I know there's mammoths in this now. How would I know? Wow, title explain mammoth. But you'll get to see it. A lot of these levels feel kind of samey. I'm trying to think here what I think is the best one. Like out of these 3, Crabby Beach is pretty iconic. I think like there's a similar pattern with all these levels where the first one out of the 3 is the most basic, because I think it's supposed to introduce you to the new mechanic of the new gadget they give you, because I'm pretty sure they give you like a new gadget after every 3 sets or something like that, or at the very least just an introduction as to the rest. So even though this is the first and most basic level, like the soundtrack is so good, the atmosphere is so good, like it's pretty cool. Coral Cave is cool because of the sharks, but largely forgettable. We didn't even get to play much of it because too many monkeys condensed in the same type of area. But Dexter's Island is really cool. Soundtrack I'm not too great on, like compared to a Crabby Beach, but like just exploring. It's just a creative thing. Almost like they were like, ah, dude, like how many more sandy beach water sections can we make? I don't know. Let's put a giant beast you have to go into. So I think just because of that, like design level wise, like Dexter's Island's probably the best out of the 3. But Crabby Beach's soundtrack and the atmosphere, like guilty pleasure. I'm a sucker for Crabby Beach. We did the other ones here. I think we said Cryptic Relics was the best. Dark Ruins I like a lot. Cryptic Ruins is probably the best overall package. And then like predictions here, I'm trying to remember what these levels were like. Snowy Mammoth is pretty good, memorable. I remember Igloos, Giant Mammoth, Giant Machine. Like it's a pretty good level. The other 2 I'm trying to remember. Oh my god, they're loud.
You're heading towards the Ice Age.
Yes.
It will be extremely cold in this next area.
And loud.
The planet is covered with ice, and in some areas with strong winds, the temperatures will drop below freezing. The apes have adapted well to their new surroundings. Take full advantage of the gadgets so you can quickly move on.
Nice shoes. This is also like one of the side characters in the game they don't really explain. I mean, she's very clearly like a lab assistant, but most people don't know that she's like a computer program, I guess.
Let's go!
She actually does have voice lines, I think, towards the end. Spoiler. She becomes a bit more of a character, but it's pretty interesting. The monkeys have already adapted to their environment. I wonder, have they? They're pretty narcissistic monkeys. The sea in the Ice Age is fairly cold. Yeah, this is pretty much like the lava version of the ground. This was just really cool too. Frozen, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Definitely like some kind of prehistoric being. Snow effect is pretty cool in the game too. I like that. I can't say it's the only level that does snow. I think there's another one after this that does it. As opposed to like the rain, which I'm pretty sure there's only one level that has rain, but this is pretty cool. Soundtrack is also great, atmospherical. Still has the breakbeat, still has the drum and bass. The machine sound effect is cool too. You know, something's going up over there. The purpose for that machine, I'm still trying to understand. I know like what its game design purpose is, but in terms of like the lore, I'm not sure. Are they pumping out something? There's pipes here. What are they? Is there oil here? And the dinosaurs still have to die out a bit for you to get oil, no? If you're reading this letter, you are lost. It's probably the best mailbox message, to be honest. There's a lot, bro. Let's just explore the map. You clearly put this entire like section or this ledge for some purpose, right? Like, just put a mailbox there. This is supposed to be like a bone structure, a spine of some sort. I don't know. It just looks like wood to me, but my cool little icicle effect. I don't know how they made Evil Snowman and printed this Spectre image on it, but pretty cool. This is a neat little section. There's a similar section of this later on, but the little flags. There's a lot of charm and charisma in this game. Oh, little ice bridge here. Stuff like this. Like, what is this? There's no purpose to this. There's a monkey, there's no Spectre coin. Just a few coins here. Why bother putting in an ice bridge and a little island here? World design, boys. Game design. Just cool stuff. Explore. That's what a platformer should be. You should be able to test your platforming skills and explore the map. But I guess like most early 2000s, late 90s platformers were pretty much like adventure platformers anyway. Gone are the days of like a 2D Super Mario, just linear path. Gotta take advantage of the 3D. This was cool here. So I'm pretty sure this is a red pants monkey, even though he's wearing a red jacket. Just strapped to the back of a woolly mammoth. The mammoth actually has sounds too. I think you have to hit it. Yeah. But I don't think he affects the monkey in it when he does that. Like the T-Rex maybe? He's not gonna knock himself out. You're gonna have to break apart that barrier. I'm not sure what you call that on top of his back. This was cool here too. This monkey clearly in some trouble here, trapped behind this frozen over wall. Hard to see if there's like an actual. It looks like there's like some breakable looking decal on it. Just a sound effect here for that smashing. They very much could have used like the default breaking of a wall sound effect, but the fact that they use one for ice shattering is pretty cool. I don't know if there's any other. I can't remember if there's any other walls that are made out of ice. Probably is, but you can just assume like it's like the only ice wall in the game, and they went out of the way just to make a sound effect for that, which is pretty cool. Now these enemies, this enemy was in the first 5 levels, 6 levels. but they brought it back. But it also looks like they put like some white snow powdery effect on top of it, like it's been out here and it's been snowing on top of it for this entire time, which is pretty cool. Again, could have just reused the enemy default, but they changed it to make it look like it's been here covered in snow. Small touch, but really cool. So now we gotta mess this guy up here. He's gonna send some, yeah, he's gonna fire back at you. He's not gonna let you ruin his vacation. Oh, he sniped me after that. Now he's knocked out. I don't know if there's an actual purpose to hitting a mammoth and doing that, other than just more atmosphere in the game. Because he gets knocked out when you break the thing, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't get knocked off if the thing isn't broken. So again, didn't need to do that in the game. They programmed / coded it anyways, just for the love of the game. Slippery surface. This might be the only. It's actually considered. Well, they consider it slippery because there's like ice, and the fact the wind blows you. Naturally slippery though, you seem to have fine traction. So that might be a clever way of getting around, like, oh, we didn't program slippery terrain, but we'll just put in like this gust of wind and these little ice ramps, which is pretty cool. And slippery terrain in games have been, especially like platformers back in this day, have been so overdone. Like, you don't need any slippery terrain. Just make it look like ice and have wind blow you back. Oh, this machine's super cool. So this is steam powered. Is steam coming out of it? I assume that this water was like frozen, or at least like ice cold. I don't. What are they pumped? Like, what are they doing here with this? Just spinning like a giant turbine. They're making something. I don't know. They were gonna do a remaster of this game, just adding more lore to it, like explaining what these machines are doing, like more cutscenes. I don't know. Would be pretty cool. Or maybe just leave it ambiguous, like the mystery behind some of the stuff and what the monkeys are doing. You could leave that as a mystery too. It's cool. You can't stand on top of that and cheese this. You're gonna actually have to jump. You can't crouch, I don't believe, right? No. Even though it looks like you might be able to sneak underneath it. Cool section. Oh, that's interesting. Pretty sure. I'm not sure how the hitting of the... That was a switch, right? Or no, we actually broke the machine. I'm not sure how that just breaks the propeller blade itself, but cool. If we go back down there and spin that wheel, it would still do the same thing. So clearly the propeller had nothing to do with the mechanics of it getting up here, other than just to be a nuisance. So I don't know. That's pretty cool how they fuse like machinery. They try to add some kind of technological aspect to almost every world you visit in the past. The implications of this though, like, I'm surprised the future hasn't been changed, or like what would have been our present hasn't changed so much.
Yes!
It's just like apes adding in machinery and Ice Age. You did great.
You did great.
We're approaching the 2-hour mark here. I don't know, do you want to elongate this soon to be bought? Do 2.5 hours for like... Oh wait, you did unlock the minigame. Frosty Retreat. What do I remember from Frosty Retreat? It's very clever how they did these levels, because you can see just off visually from the time station screen how they try to differentiate the levels. You come out here, it's ice, snow, snowing outside. You see ice water, and you're expecting more of the same through the other 3 levels. Like, how can you reinvent the Ice Age? Like, there's only so much ideas you can come up with. They're like, nah, now we'll do it indoors. Now it's like ice caverns, some light creeping through. I don't think there's any water here. Like, just such a well-designed game that holds up to this day. Like, obviously, graphic-wise, like, if you were to do a remaster of an old game, this should be the perfect one because it's just like the mechanics have aged well. Maybe not so much the story, but you can always fix that. Like, the stuff that you can fix or update is what is needed. You don't have to reinvent the wheel of how the game's played. Like, a nice visual update, maybe add some more lore, more story to the game, and like, I think it's a guaranteed hit. New Friesland, clever pun.
Look what I've got, a new gadget.
Got a megaphone.
Check it out.
Here's the Skyflyer. It'll take you to high places. I'm sending the new gadget over to you right now. Try it out in the training room. Without training, it will be too dangerous for you to continue on to the next area. Well, good luck and be careful.
Okay. He's gonna take me to high place? What more do you need to know?
Let's go!
What they don't tell you is they also give you some longevity to your jump. Not just taking you to high places. So with the slingshot glitch being able to give you like how much vertical height you want, Skyflyer is almost kind of rendered useless. The useful thing about it is the gliding aspect of it, that you obviously can't do with the slingshot glitch, but this is probably the most useful and handy of the gadgets, especially in a platformer. This gadget is very well made too. Like, there's no errors with it. Like, oh, I didn't spin it hard enough. Like, you can rotate the analog stick and get it to go. There's some momentum after you use it and stop using it that you can still abuse. Like, it's not an annoying gadget to use, which is nice. It's well designed. Take to the skies. We're getting. I want to see those bronze trophies. They can't be gold. Just for doing the tutorial for it. Like, I don't know. This is some easy trophies, but I guess it's to be expected from an older PlayStation 1 classic game. Like, to just give out free trophies.
Let's go!
As opposed to designing a game with trophies in mind. Look how much more different this level, this world design is compared to the last level. Still in the Ice Age. Where's all the ice? Where's all the frozen water? Bruh. We're on a mountain now. Like, still icy, still snow. But not only are we in a mountain, but like, check it out. Look at this implied land that we're just in the middle of. Like, so cool. Oh, we definitely gotta equip this now. We gotta make this gadget the mainstay. So already we've gotten like almost all the gadgets. The last one is, oh, I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but I know what it is. And then there's or the second last one I should say. The last one is one you don't get until you've technically finished any percent of the story. It's one of those gadgets in a platformer where it's like, okay, now you have to backtrack through all the levels after you finish the main story. Now this tool is going to be able to cheese certain shortcuts and areas and stuff. I'm sure it's been done before, but this game specifically is probably the example to use. Another cool little soundtrack here. Composer is a creative man, because there's like, how many times have you played a platformer with like these really generic, like you're in the Ice Age, Frozen, Tundra, and you just come out with like these generic like little winter jingly bells, and you might as well have Bing Cosby come out and sing a song for you. Like, but nah, it's unconventional but still works. It's got that fast-paced breakbeat going on. But there's like some samples he uses that adds like a chilling effect, or it just makes you feel like you're in a high place, as the professor would say. Now hold on, I want to show off. These monkeys here have some clever bios, I think. Would rather be in Hawaii. They should have went with the, they should have went to Crabby Beach. I got the short end of the stick. Speedwalker. Cuban Storm. I'm sure those are references to something. But the, established catch, so I guess the trophy for catching 50 monkeys. The cool thing about this is the picture of both these monkeys. Is it like a Bert and Ernie type of thing, or is this game from 1999 just really that progressive? I'm playing. Well, I actually really don't know the genders of the monkeys. It doesn't matter. That is interesting. There's implications there. I don't know. Are those monkeys a gay couple? Are they just best friends? Are they a straight couple living in their home that they built out of ice and wood? I guess monkeys clearly get genders, especially like Episode 3 for sure. I'm pretty sure Episode 3 as well. They'll have like, I'm trying to remember now, there's, maybe they don't? Episode 3, the whole premise is that they're like filming TV shows, so they'll be wearing different costumes. So I don't know if those are like specifically wigs, like blonde female wigs that the monkeys wear, or they're actually supposed to be females. I don't know. I guess we'll never know. One monkey for sure we know is female is one of the monkeys from the Freaky Monkey 5, the pop singer, the idol. That's for sure a female monkey. And I guess you can infer from some of the names that maybe that they're female. I don't know. The soundtrack changed, right? We went indoors now. We have different soundtrack. Or no? Yeah, we did. Over here, it's upbeat, fast-paced. You're up on top of a mountain, and you're like, okay, how does this fit with the ice aesthetic? Like, how do we need more Ice Age in this? Ice Cavern. Soundtrack change. He's got a way of doing the soundtrack when you're indoors of an area. Like this sounds similar to the, like the drum and bass sounds similar to the Dexter's Island when you're inside Dexter. I don't know if he worked on doing the soundtrack for these levels, like, subsequently, that's what I'm looking for, or he got all these levels that we're playing in a row, so he's building on the next track. Like, he's probably redone Dexter's Island and now he's doing this. But even here it's different. It almost sounds industrial. But still kind of like creepy sounding synths that you're in like an ice cavern. Like just brilliant. Probably one of the most underrated or underappreciated soundtracks in a video game. Because we all go to like all the Zelda games, like a lot of Nintendo games got a lot of love for their soundtracks, but this game, the Crash Bandicoot series, Spyro series, like, it's what helped elevate the already great franchise or IP or game to another level as well. Because you could have had some like decent music here that would just be accommodating, but this music here is like a real enhancement to the already great product. I think now they're starting to do like video game songs, like awards for video games in the Grammys. So I guess now they're finally getting some kind of appreciation for the art. I don't know, I've never really been in the music industry, so I don't know if there's like a stigma or kind of like producers or people who do mainstream music on the radio and whatnot, if they look down upon those who do video game composing, like as if it's of lesser stock. But I don't know, man, some video game songs are really fucking good, and it shouldn't matter what kind of medium or media the songs are made for. Like we all enjoy the music the same way pretty much, so. There's my take, my hot take on the music industry. Look at these caverns, man. Ceiling, Look at the light. Look at the light. Look at more lens flare. Michael Bay. Get Ren's kid. Look at this. Big ice crystal in here. You wouldn't see this shit if you didn't look up on your camera. Most people would just be walking around, running around, catching monkeys, not giving two shits. Look up. Someone made that. There's something, I don't want to say noble, but something interesting about knowing that you're working on something and you might be putting a lot of passion into something that may never be seen by the majority of people experiencing that product. I don't know, is there any developers out there, specifically ones that work on level design, that are really proud when someone recognizes something really cool that they put in that most people wouldn't? Or all just par for the course? World designer for hire. Oh, this looks cool. Atmosphere put in here. Boom, done. On to the next game. Gotcha!
Yes!
Yeah, I don't think we'll do the 2.5 hours. We really went kind of overboard for 12 minutes, a little bonus. I think we'll stop it here around like 12 or 2 hours and 15 minutes for now. Like, we blazed through a lot of this game already.
You did great.
The good benefit of like doing analysis of this game or talking about the game, especially its design. The good thing about doing this game in particular is the backtracking. So we're going back to all these levels again to pick up anything we might have missed out on. Maybe have a final thoughts on the level. I don't know, it's kind of my shtick for streaming games or playing games, especially ones that I've enjoyed as a kid, is to break down some of the aspects of the game design and what I like about it, as opposed to just playing and go, ha, this game's so cool, I hit monkey. Whoa. I want to kind of just be like, this is why the game is so innovative, so good, still holds up, why they decided to charge $13 whole to play it again, after how many years, so. Even the time station music is great. This, the good thing about this too is that the creator actually has, the composer has CDs, soundtracks for the games he worked on for Ape Escape 1 and 3. Fortunately, they didn't do 2. But, yeah, he sells these online. He's got the CDs, he'll autograph them for you. And he's also released them on Spotify. So you can listen to this entire, it's kind of like a remaster. It's not exactly one-to-one some of the songs. It's kind of like Redux or something a little better, I guess, in terms of, you know, not having to compress them for a game. But he's got most of these tracks, if not all of them, on Spotify, I think, for 1 and 3. And like the most listened to one on Spotify, I think, was the Space Station, like the time travel station music, which I probably would think it's because it's the most nostalgic for people. Like most, I guess, quote-unquote casual fans would just be like, oh, I remember the time station, listen to that, and be like, ah, nostalgia, and then just kind of like piss off with the rest of the songs. But he's got some really good tracks in this game that we've yet to get to. Maybe we'll finish this off with some, instead of me giving you a retrospective of the game and the composers, let's finish off the episode with some, big trophy. Frosty Monkey. Let's finish off the episode with some mini-games. Again, labor of love in this game. Do not need to make mini-games. No purpose. I don't know. Oh my god, this song is so loud. Is there an option to turn this down? Oh my god. Monaural. Okay. Who reads? Don't even do that. Let's just play. You can even hear me over the sound. Free monkey. I don't know if the characters have any different stats. I doubt it. Let's qualify. Oh boy. I think there's a way to get like a. I know it looks like we're boosting. I think there's a way to get like a speed boost, depending on how we angle our speed. I don't know. These are pretty wonky. But like, they made these mini games from scratch. It's not like they base these off of anything you do in the actual game. There's no point in which you ski. But it's just cool that they had to. Oh, okay. I'm not racing. It's qualifying. Getting my speed up. Oh, there was all. What? There's knockback mechanics in this? Maybe sound effects too. Totally something they didn't even put in the game. But they didn't. Because we make good games. I guess we used to. Alright, you started. That's why I did it on my last. Oh, there it was. Alright. There you go. Can I get it? I got it. That was a minigame. Probably the worst one out of the three, honestly. The other two are really good. Actually, wait, that's a lie. One of them is really good. The second one's pretty interesting. The best... This game is... the franchise has always had at least like one mini game that's like standout that's like really good on its own. You can easily put hours in. For this game, it'd be this one. Rightfully so, the most expensive one. Second game has, depending on what region you're from, monkey soccer, monkey football, which is really good. Thankfully, the second game is available for purchase on the PS4, so many times I've brought this over to a friend's house and we've just had fun playing. They've never played Ape Escape before in their lives, and I didn't force them to play Ape Escape, but they play the monkey football, and they fucking loved it. Like, it was really great. And then Ape Escape 3, they have like a Metal Gear Solid themed ape minigame, which was just I'm not gonna say it. You gotta play it or see it to really get a grasp on how much work and effort and love they put into these games. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me for now. I'll probably play this some more tomorrow because I really don't want to play the Crash Bandicoot 4 game. It's pretty dust. Hot Springs. You know what? Maybe we'll push this video to 2.5 hours. Might as well just finish the Freeze Land, because Hot Springs is probably the best level out of these three. Again, how do you innovate? We've already done 2 ice levels. We went outdoors, indoors. What's this going to be like? How about both? How about you get it at night? How about you get a great dreamy soundtrack in the background? How about we put polar bears spinning balls on chains?
Let's go!
Hot Springs. That's how we innovate. Cherry on top of the new Freezeland levels. How do we innovate? How about Secret Waterfall? Like, all 3 levels have a distinct feel, distinct sound. But they're all unified with the theme of whatever the theme is. In this case, it's the Ice Age. I think that was another Red Pants Monkey. Probably like the second one we caught, I think, out of like the 8 that are in this game. That one had missiles on its back, not a gun, right? So that's... They changed it up a bit. This is supposed to be Yellow Pants Monkey, I assume, with the yellow jacket and everything. Yeah, and the fact that he's not very alert at all. Can you ride on these? I can't remember. Can you take damage from this? No? Oh yeah, you do take damage from that. Okay. That's pretty cool. Just, not even just atmospherical, this also does damage to you. There's a purpose in this. Just selling you on the fact that this is a hot springs, or there is hot springs here. Alright. Did outdoors, let's go indoors. Let's get the cave portion. This is a pretty cool area as well. Like, at the game's core, you run around, you catch monkey. So they have to put something in here, mechanic-wise or what have you, to make it more interesting than just running around catching monkeys. So this is some of the stuff they came up with. There's no... This isn't a platformer of mini games per se. So this is like their closest thing, I guess. just adding, I guess, memorable moments to what you're playing. Like, this is definitely, as a kid, you probably remember this for sure. Not right, he doesn't charge and you have to hit him. This is just the effects on his eyes after he gets hit. And he got KO'd. It's just so cartoony and charming, so charismatic. Oh. Peace out, nerd. Sleeping sound effects. Some Japanese man was in the studio like... I really got this from like a actual sample. Somebody who's selling these samples, I don't know. They care enough to put a sleeping sound effect on a polar bear you'd only ever see once in your entire game. I guess that might be why too they put backtracking in. Not only just to force you to re-experience things that you'd only see for that one time again, or that you might have missed, but also that they spend so much time into putting so much little things in this game that they didn't have enough time, I guess, to put in more levels for you to enjoy, so then there's more backtracking. I don't know. Spyro 2 is kind of similar in that vein, where it's like they put in a lot of new stuff in Spyro 2. A lot of atmospherical things, a lot of cool things in level design. The levels are more linear, but it's kind of understandable. Like they added in minigames and such. They added all this new stuff that backtracking, I guess, is somewhat necessary. This is cool rendering. This clearly got upscaled. I remember the original game, this jacket looking not as good as that. Honestly, pretty good job. Even these two look pretty good. Like, some of these textures look super dated, but they did a good job on some of the upscaling. Yeah, like, you're pretty much getting the good part of the, like, if this game was emulated. Because I've seen people play this emulated where there's like a lot of visual bugs and a lot of cutting in and out. And that also might just be the game itself. Like, you could do some pretty dumb things with some of how the graphics are laid out, but like for the most part, this is probably the definitive way to play Ape Escape, honestly. Because upscaling is so good, you get the console built on your console, you get the rewind feature, and we never actually did this. Maybe we should try this. We can quick save, I think? Yeah. Save points, like it's... They did such a horrible job with the PS1 Classic, but for this, like, the emulation's been pretty good. I don't know, like... The only caveat to this is that it's kind of a cash grab. It's a PS1 collection game. They're selling you for like $13 Canadian, and that they are using the PlayStation. They're pretty, almost essentially holding them hostage. Some games actually can only be played, I think, with subscribing and not actually buying the said game. So they're actually holding like PlayStation 1 Classics hostage for you to get their premium subscription service, like another like $120 a year or something, some BS like that. And they're holding them hostage. Like, how many years you've been waiting to play these games on the PS4 or PS5? No backwards compatibility, and you're just waiting to rebuy them again. And then finally they release this after like the PS4 is pretty much done, PS5 is out, and they're holding a hostage to sell you a subscription service. Like, I couldn't think of any more corporate Sony thing to do. Like, I thought the PSN Now stuff was bad. Like, oh, you want to play these old classic games? You gotta get a subscription service, and you're streaming them. Just like today's age of selling you on subscription services is so. Luckily, you're able to buy this game separately. I think if the subscription service, if your subscription's out, like, you're shit out of luck, you're not playing those games. So at least I might have spent quite a bit of money for this game, but at least I know that it's mine now. I don't need a subscription service. I'm dependent on being able to play this, so. Look at this monkey just typing. What are you What are you typing? This is like Pentagon equipment? What are you sending a missile somewhere? Why is there an aiming reticle? What is the purpose of this laboratory in this cave? And we haven't even discussed that. Like, the polar bears are one thing. You had a polar bear infested cave that you melded your technology into with these metal steel walls and your warning equipment. Like, what's being warned about? What is happening here? What are these monkeys up to? That's pretty cool. The mystique of this game. Like, what's the purpose of all this? I don't know. Maybe if they did remaster, they shouldn't expand on that. Delve too deep into this lore. Just leave it up to your imagination. That's probably one of the best parts about this game is they've just left wondering, like, what are these monkeys doing here? I know my purpose is to catch them, but they've taken over some different methods. I don't know exactly what the end result is. They don't really show you. Well, that's kind of a lie. If they do it a little bit, you'll see towards the end of the game, they'll show you the effects of the monkeys going back in time. And I guess you do, yeah, maybe I'm just talking about my ass. You do play some levels, like, in the future. You get to see some aspects. But I think what I'm trying to say is that in, like, all three games, I don't really get that feel. Like, they might have been able to do more with how much these monkeys have affected the past in those levels you play in the future. Or in the present. Well, I don't know. I might have a different opinion when we get to those levels, but... Or maybe it's that, like, they did such a good job of, like, designing levels in the past that they had a hard time designing levels of how the monkeys affected the present. So this game involves a time travel station. Pretty sure all three games are able to use some kind of travel station, but I'm trying to think about, yeah, you're supposed to use the hula hoop section here. I'm not doing that. That's probably like the worst way to get across there. You can't stop. You have to keep going, else the platforms are gonna fall. And your forward momentum is launching you into those spinning balls that if you get hit once, you're done. So the best way is just to use the Skyfly, honestly. Yeah, the second game, I'm trying to remember the story about that one. I think you also go back in time? Maybe? The third game is the TV stations. So it's like kind of like another excuse, like all these TV shows, there's a Wild West show, there's this space show. So it's kind of like another excuse of getting these different locales of like the past. This thing used to be spawning, why am I wasting my time? So it gets away with being a time traveling game, but without being a time traveling game. They're just like TV sets, or like filming studio sets. I know, like, unreleased Ape Escape games in North America, the ones that are Japan exclusives, the later ones, had a really darker story to it. I think that's why they didn't release them in North America. But there we go. We got our 2.5 hour section I said I wasn't going to do. I was going to stop at 2:15, then we did one more. And that's okay, because all I have to hear is, you did great.
You did great.
Uplifting and inspirational. The voice acting in this game, strictly phenomenal. Oh no. This is going to be over 2.5 hours. Why, Jake?
I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Ah.
This is just between you and me.
You waited a half hour
Follow
for this.
me.
Luckily, you don't have to wait at all if you're doing time travel. You could just instantly go to this. I think this one when they give you gadgets. So it's pretty cool. They introduce
Let's
you
go!
to a no gadget run. And this one they give you this. Also, his sound effect different from yours. Your Skyflyer. How do you get a Skyflyer? I don't know. But the fact that they actually put in a different sound effect to his Skyflyer is fucking cool. If they made a different color, that would have been cool too. That's something they didn't need to do. This extra work for them. Oh my god, I can't believe I fell off the edge. Are you serious? That's gonna be our first L. I might as well just quit the game after that. Like, there's no coming back from that. The camera angle won't change either. Okay. Good. White changed the camera angle. Yeah, it's over for sure. Yeah, I can't believe how narrow. Like, I never fall off that. Yeah, it's definitely something I'd have to look back and see on how I felt. No sub 1 minute, no beat. We're gonna end this part with Jake defeating me. It's pretty weird for inspirational Natalie telling me I did great to me doing bad. Thank you, Jake. Where's the chirp?
You're pretty good.
Oh.
But it's not over yet.
So, I don't know if they just didn't record a voice line for him chirping me, or they didn't want you to feel bad. That sound effect, like, you could use that line if you beat him. You're pretty good, but whatever, like, it's not even like you're pretty good, but you couldn't beat me. It's, you're pretty good, but I'll face you next. I don't know. It clearly sounded like I defeated him, even though I didn't. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. 2 hours 32. It's gonna be interesting to upload this on YouTube. My YouTube should be linked on my Twitch. You can go see the VOD whenever I upload it. I got other videos on there. Planning to do more Ape Escape streams. Love this game. I'm gonna talk more about it. I'm gonna stretch it out as long as I can for time to talk about this game, because this might be my only opportunity. I don't have any kind of recording device. This is straight off the PS4. Hopefully they release some more PS1 collection games. We can do more streams on that, analyze that, talk about that, upload those videos. But as for now, it looks like do some Ape Escape tomorrow. Eventually I have to finish Crash 4, and I really don't want to play that game, but it is what it is. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you next time.